Why am I a Democrat? Well, I was born a Democrat. My mom and dad were Democrats. My aunts and uncles were Democrats. My whole family was a Democrat. Just the way I was raised up. You know, and they always said, Democrats are for the poor. Republicans, conservatives, they're for the rich. People say, well, doesn't it bother you that the Democrats are for abortion? Well, you know, I was born a Democrat. I mean, I know they go in there and crush them little baby skulls, and I know they're all about rights and everything. Democrats, we're all about rights. Woman's right to choose, you know, but the part when they say, you know, well, what about the baby's rights? Well, you know, I know 6 million Jews were slain, and, you know, I know it's a big money thing, and, well, you know, I was born a Democrat. Same-sex marriage, they say. Oh, what about same-sex marriage? Well, I know what God says, but what about us? What about us people, you know? I was born a Democrat. My folks was a Democrat. Democrats are for the poor. Republicans are for the rich. Yeah, I can't help it because, I mean, people, I know the Bible said men will be lovers of men. I know what it says about that, but what about us, you know, for the poor people? Gun control. They keep talking about guns going to be, you know, taking our guns away. And people say, how can you be a Democrat on that, you know? And I know they throw up Australia that took the guns away from all their people and their crime went up. I know all the argument. And they asked me about it. Does it bother me? And I was born a Democrat. My folks were Democrats. Then they talk about global warming and stopping the pipeline, which would create all these jobs and everything. And or can't get, you know, water in California to people because of a frog, and talk about global warming. And I know all the scientists say that that's just a hoax, but you know, I was born a Democrat and raised a Democrat. And then they say, what about the ACLU that the Democrats have them in their pockets? And the ACLU, you know, when they started out was the American Communist Liberty Union. I'm like, well, I was born a Democrat. My folks was Democrat. Democrats are, I mean, they're for the poor people. I mean, what about Obama, you know, they're saying, you know, he's a Muslim. And I'm like, well, you know, I know his book. I know it. I read his book, you know, and he said in there, if push come to shove between Christianity and his Muslim heritage, he couldn't turn his back on Muslims. But I know, I was born a Democrat. My whole family's a Democrat. Democrats are for the poor. And I know they throw in my face, what about universities? You know, when they was all started, they was Christian places. They was Christian schools where people learned to come to be pastors. And I know they turned to where professors now are atheists and flunking our... Well, I know that, but listen, the Democrats are for the poor. Does it bother me that the media is biased? Well, I kind of like it because that kind of gets us Democrats in office. I know it might not be right. I know the media like showed Trayvon Martin, oh, this poor little old boy. And he would just, they showed the picture of a 12-year-old boy, and they took the picture off of the YouTube and Facebook. He was like 6'2", and he, you know, in your face. But I know that should bother me. But I was born a Democrat. My whole folks are Democrat. Does it bother me about Al Sharpton calling that other, you know, that shooting guy in Missouri, you know, gentle giant? And I know you're going to shove that video in front of my face where he's about to strangle that storekeeper and he shoplifted and stole and pushed him. And I know that doesn't mean kind of like, but I say you don't understand. Democrats are for the poor. Democrats are for the people. Democrats, see, then you say, what about the Tea Party? They got permits for all their meetings. They were peaceful and they cleaned everything up. And then the 99%ers come along. The media's for them, and they bashed everybody, tore everything, ripped it. But see, you don't understand. You just don't understand that the Democrats are for the poor. Democrats are for the common working guy like me out there. You know, I know then they'll say, well, what about when they go in and interview a guy off the street in Hillary Clinton's hometown and says, do you think Benghazi is going to give her a problem if she runs for president? And he says, I think old Ben should leave her alone. Yeah, I know, that seems kind of funny. I mean, you'd kind of think the guy didn't know the issues, but maybe he had a upset stomach or something. He was probably born a Democrat too. And I know a lot of my friends that, I look at a lot of my friends and they're out there trying to say what they think is truth, and I think they're just haters. I used to work with a person that, boy, he just agitates me altogether. He's just a hater. He calls himself a Christian. And speaking of Christians, he's always in my face, well, about the Muslims being offended at everything, the Muslims taking over. Well, see, you don't understand. I understand that stuff, but I was born a Democrat. My parents were Democrats. And I understand, how the media says they're not illegal aliens, they're just undocumented workers, but see, that's much kinder, much gentler. And I know the joke is on the black people. My folks raised me not to be racist and prejudiced, and so I like the black people, and I know though that's a joke. People say that the joke's on them, and I don't see where they come from this. Lyndon B. Johnson, when he was president, said, give me some welfare to give to these black people, and I'll have them for the next 200 years. I know I didn't believe that. I went and looked it up. But see, Lyndon Johnson was a Democrat. He's for the people. See, they don't understand that. They just don't understand that. And then the Bible, and then the welfare part that he was talking about. They did an interviewing guy in California, 27 years old, long-haired hippie, asked him if he's going to go to work, and he said, no, government gives me food stamps, gives me a place to live. And they said, are you injured? No, I'm not injured. Are you sick? No, I'm not sick. How come you don't work? That's not my future. He said, I know. See, they throw all that stuff up to me all the time. But what you just don't understand is, I was born a Democrat. My folks was born a Democrat. And I don't care what you say. I'm going to die a Democrat. Now just get out of my face.